If you have just formed your LLC for your online business and you aren't sure what to do next, well, you are in luck. Today, you're about to learn how to legally protect your business after you form your LLC. Ready to roll? Let's do this. Hi, my name is Jim Hart. I'm the founding attorney here at Hawthorn Law, where we help you, the online course creator, get your legal house in order so that you can focus on what you do best, and that is building a truly amazing business that is going to have value and impact in the world. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to legally protect your online business after you register your business with the state. This is a sub-component of pillar number 1 of my Lock It Down legal protection system. And it is incredibly important that you pay attention to what's in this video today, because what most online course creators do is they get all this information back from the state. Either they get the paperwork mailed to them and they file it away in a drawer somewhere, or they get an email with all their documents and then they go ahead and just archive that email and check off the box that says, you know what, I got my LLC, I am done with that. And then they don't do much else, and that, my friends, is a bad thing. Because when they do that, they've effectively wasted all that time they spent in forming the LLC and all the money they spent in forming that LLC, and they don't have any legal protections in place to keep their legal house in order. And basically what that means is that your legal house of cards is going to crumble because you don't have those legal protections in place that you so desperately need. And honestly, this might be exactly what you have done or are thinking about doing for your online business. So let's move forward. I've got eight things that I want to share with you that you need to do after you set up your LLC to make sure that your legal house of cards doesn't come tumbling right down. Let's do it. The very first thing you need to do is to make sure you have a legal binder that you can use to store all your corporate documents in. When you get all those documents back from the state, you should either print them off, 3-hole punch them, and put them all in this corporate binder that you're going to create, or you can create some folders virtually on your computer where you have all these documents in a nice, neat, orderly fashion, where whenever you have an issue that comes up with regards to your business and the LLC paperwork that you're going to need for that business, you just slide it right in there, and you know you've got that information handy if it's ever needed. Trust me on this, you're gonna need that information more than you can possibly imagine. The next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and get your EIN number. You get this from the IRS. They are more than happy to give you one. You can either call them, you can go online to their website and you can get one, or you can actually just print out a document that requests it and then mail it in, although that takes several weeks, and I would highly recommend you just go ahead, go online, order it. They're going to send you a letter that's going to give you your EIN number in it. They're going to give you a warning in that letter, and I'm going to tell you that warning here today, and that is that you need to make sure you keep that letter safe, because they're only going to send you one of them, and if you lose it, you're SOL, and you need that EIN number. You're going to use it all the time in your business. So what I recommend is you take a copy of that letter, you put it into that corporate binder that you've got, or you put it in that virtual hard drive space where you're saving all your corporate documents, and you make sure you have that quick and easy to find. You'll need it a lot. All right, the third thing, so I get this hair out of my, God, I can't wait to get a haircut. The third thing you need to do is to set up and fund your business bank account. So you're gonna take that EIN number you just got and you're gonna shoot on down to your bank of choice and wear a mask, be safe, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna ask them to set up a business bank account. Hopefully you know which business bank you're gonna be going to before you do this. Do your research online, find a business bank that you like and that you wanna work with and that you feel comfortable with. Go on down to that bank and start building that relationship with that banker. It is incredibly important. Last spring, about not quite a year ago, when everyone was applying for PPP loans, it was really helpful to people who had a relationship with their business banker, because they got, I can't say they got pushed to the front of the line when it came to the PPP loan funding, but I can tell you that because I had a personal relationship with my banker, whenever I emailed him to check on the status of my loan application, he was able to give me a quick and prompt reply. He could tell me exactly where we stood on that. So if you need anything from your bank, you're gonna wanna make sure you have a relationship with your business banker. If that's not your jam, there's plenty of online banks that you can go to where you can go ahead and just set up a bank with them as well, and that's fine too. All right, the fourth thing you're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and get your operating agreement in place. Now, if you use our service, there'll be a link down below to set up your LLC through Hawthorn Law. If you wanna use our service, we will send you an operating agreement when you sign up for our LLC package. We'll also send you an EIN number so you don't have to worry about doing any of that. And you're just gonna go ahead and print that operating agreement out. Now this is for a single member LLC. If you have a partner, you and your partner are gonna be doing business together, then you're gonna wanna talk to a lawyer in your jurisdiction about helping you negotiate and put together a operating agreement for your LLC. But if you are a single member LLC, as a lot of you are because you're creating courses and doing things online, and usually most of you are doing this by yourselves, then you can go ahead and use the template that we send you when you set up your LLC with us. Don't mean to make this a sales video, that's not what this is about, but I just want you to know there's resources available if you want to spend a little bit of money and you can get this taken care of for you. I hope that isn't too loud outside. It's like they've got some sort of like, I don't even know, there's like an engine of some sort that's a generator maybe, and then you got the leaf blowers are back. You know I hate the leaf blowers. All right, number 5 is you're going to want to make sure that you double check and rework and update any contracts you might have in the name of your business right now. So if you're just starting out from scratch and you don't have a business, then this is gonna be really easy because you're gonna set everything up in the name of your LLC. But if you've been doing business for a while as a sole proprietor and now you're deciding to go ahead and start that LLC, you're gonna wanna make sure you go back and look at all your agreements that you have in place. These could be the online contracts on your website. They could be maybe your lease agreement for the space that you rent. They could be, you know, if you rent a printer or fax machine. People don't still have fax machines, do they?
Fax machine?
True story, I used to have a lease for a fax machine for my law office. I hated it, I couldn't wait until I got out of that, but that's a whole nother story. And they wanted to charge me for it at the end, which really was like ridiculous. Enough of that. So if you have contracts in place, you're gonna need to rework them and make sure that you go to the people that you've got a contract with and let them know that you formed an LLC, and maybe they'll just either A, have you sign an addendum to the agreement that you already have, or B, there should be language in the agreement that says any successors in a sign, something like that, which leads them to believe that if they sign the contract with you personally as a sole proprietorship, then perhaps the contract carries over to your LLC. So if you're doing one-to-one client work, you definitely need to have new contracts put in place. If you are hiring independent contractors for your business and they've signed a contract with you, you're gonna need a new contract for that. So make sure you update and rework all of your contract. The 6th thing you need to do is you need to make sure you plan for taxes. And I've done videos about this where I talk about why I think it's important to plan for taxes. You need to make sure you start setting aside money each month for your tax bill and make your quarterly tax payments if you're not paying yourself a regular salary. I follow the Profit First method. I've done other videos on that. Whatever method you choose to follow, make sure you're setting aside enough money to pay your taxes, and then make sure you're paying your quarterly taxes as well, and you're up to date with all that, so good deal. I'm just wondering, do you think my face looks better with this one, or this one, or this one? Huh, I don't know. So number 7 is you need to determine whether or not you're going to file an S-election. When you first set up your LLC, you have 75 days to file your S-election with the IRS. However, you can get around that. There's a procedure in place beyond the scope of this video. I'm not going to talk about it here today, but you can. So if you think that you're going to need an S-election, go ahead and file the S-election, get it in within the 75 days. It is now, right now, as I record this, March 10th. If you formed your LLC in 2020 and you want to make an S-election for 2021, you have until March 15th to do that for this year. So go ahead and do that. And then the last one is kind of a catch-all, and I realize this is kind of a cop-out. You need to do all the other things that you need to do to make sure that your corporate veil continues to be protected. As I've said before, legal is not something that you just set it and forget it. Legal is something that you're going to want to pay attention to on a daily, weekly, monthly basis every single year. It's something that should be in the back of your mind and you should have policies and procedures in place to make sure you're following everything you need to do to keep your business legal, moving forward, and keep you safe. So that's what you need to do to keep your LLC safe when you get all that paperwork back from the state, whatever state you might live in. There are a lot of other mistakes that I see online entrepreneurs make, specifically course creators. So that's why you need to check out this video right here that talks about the most common mistakes I see online course creators make with their LLC. Thanks for watching, folks. I'll see you in the next video.